What touches your skin 24/7? If you said skincare, okay, that's fair. But your sheets clock more hours, your leggings log more contact time, and the rugs in your home, well, they don't just touch your feet, they influence the air in your home as well. Most women are taking the time to carefully read the skincare labels most of the time while sleeping 8 hours on fabrics they've never examined. And this is where the conversation gets interesting because today we're talking about why fabrics are more than just materials and how synthetic textiles in your home, in your closet, in your kitchen, in your bedroom, living room, bathroom, all of those areas in your home can influence indoor air quality and what off-gassing actually means. I want you to know why accumulative exposures deserve your attention because this is not about panic buying new sheets. So don't run out and go shopping just yet. It's about understanding the environment you live in and you breathe in every single day. So let's talk about it. Are you eating well, moving your body, maybe even reading labels and still thinking, I'm doing all the healthy things, so why do I still feel off? If that's you, you're in the right place. Welcome to Start Living Sustainable, the podcast where your health finally gets the foundation the other pillars need to work. Because what you're exposed to in your home and on your body is quietly raising your toxic load and forcing your food and fitness to work harder than they should. Hi, I'm Cynthia, a non-toxic lifestyle strategist who learned the cost of exposure the long way, years before most women even know to look. Now you can start where I wish I could have so your body can respond to the work you're already doing, not fight against it. Because when your foundation is supported, your sleep, hormones, clarity, and even your workouts finally catch up with your intentions without turning your life into a project. If you're ready, let's begin. Now we're getting ready to jump into something interesting that a lot of people are not talking about. If you're ready to stop guessing and identify where your highest exposure categories are in your home that's actually there, yes, and you want to know what to do about them, I'm talking about your clothing, your bedding, the rugs, cleaning products. Where do you want to start? That's exactly what we do inside my Healthy Home Audit. The link is in the show notes down below, or you can head over to startlivingsustainable.com. Again, that's startlivingsustainable.com. Now let's unpack this, okay? One of the chores that I had when I was a little girl was dusting. I didn't like doing it, and it was partly because I would sneeze a lot. I don't know if you've ever experienced that when you dust. My mom would always tell me to make sure to use a damp cloth, but it still didn't stop me from sneezing. After 25 years working in the textile and fashion industries, I stopped seeing fabric as just fabric. I saw firsthand the fiber composition, the chemical finishes, the flame retardants, the stain resistant treatments that they use, the adhesive, the backing materials, and I studied textile science. I realized something. We all talk about the quality of food, we talk about skincare ingredients, but we rarely talk about the textile layer in our home. Now, I want you to know that synthetic fabrics like polyester, nylon, acrylic, these are made with synthetic fibers, which are plastic polymers. Basically, they're petroleum derived from crude oil. They're engineered plastic threads, okay? They're durable, they're versatile, and they're inexpensive. But plastic production involves chemical processing, and fabrics are often treated with additional finishes after the manufacturing process. So let's talk about off-gassing and how that affects your indoor air quality. And when I say off-gassing, I want you to think about new carpets, rugs, that brand new car smell, unupholstery furniture, and synthetic textiles. These all can release what they call VOCs, volatile organic compounds, into the air. What's important to note is that indoor air quality can be more polluted than outdoor air. And why do you think that is? It's partly because of ventilation or the lack thereof. And textiles are part of that equation. Not the only part, but part of it. Inside of our homes, the air can become stale. The accumulation of the byproducts from rugs, carpets, they track the dust, but most people don't realize what's in dust. You have dander, human, dead skin cells, insect feces, you have stuff blowing in from outside, you've got microplastics that are also part of the dust particles and flame retardant particles. So indoor pollutants, they get trapped indoors, right? Outdoor pollutants that blow in through the window or that come in under your shoes, they get trapped indoors as well. So synthetic fibers can shed these microfibers into indoor dust. And dust is a major exposure pathway in most homes. It's not one rug, it's not one pair of leggings or one couch. It's the air that you breathe, the dust that collects on the surfaces in your home, your clothing, and your bedding. And then you have to consider the frequency and the amount of time that you spend around each one of these items, like how often and how long are you in contact with them? Because the accumulative exposure is where this becomes relevant for all of us. And if you do nothing else after this episode, I want you to do this. Pick one high contact textile in your home. It could be your sheets, a favorite blouse, or the rug you walk on barefooted, and check the fiber content. If there's a label or some kind of printing on the backside of it, take a look at that. And if it's synthetic, begin planning your next upgrade right now. Just one item, one category in your home. That's how you reduce your exposure intelligently. That's your single solution. What could be simpler and clearer than that? Not overwhelming, right? Just don't rip your whole house apart. Start by looking for just one thing, and then you can begin upgrading intentionally over time. That's what strategic wellness looks like. Look, your home is not your enemy. Your home is supposed to be your sanctuary. It just deserves your attention. When you understand that fabrics influence both skin contact and air quality, the choices you make to protect your home and your health becomes calmer, strategic, more intentional, and a lot less reactive. Again, if you'd like help identifying which textiles in your home deserves attention first without being overwhelmed, that's what we walk through inside my Healthy Home Audit session. I've linked a research article in the show notes so that you can read it for yourself. You deserve to be informed so that you can make informed decisions about the textiles, the clothing, and anything else that you bring inside your home that may be affecting your well-being. Listen, in the next episode, we're narrowing this down even more, specifically to activewear, because when plastic meets heat and sweat, the conversation takes a slight turn. And if you're into working out, you don't want to miss the next episode. Thanks for listening to Start Living Sustainable. If this episode met you where you are, share it with a friend who might also need it as well. Your voice helps more women find the foundation they've been missing. Until next time, feeling lighter never goes out of style.